So today's topic is, well, it focuses on what it's like to never have been in a relationship, to not be pursued, really to not be desired, but like authentically, not just from a sexual perspective, but from a I like you, I want to get to know you, that kind of perspective. So let's backtrack a bit. When
All right. Before she gets into it, you guys, welcome to the show. Welcome in. I'm your man, KTJ, and this is the show. We got this topic today, and this is going to be a sensitive one, y'all. This one might hurt a little bit, and I got some thoughts on this that I want you to hear. Topic is she was only wanted at night. And I'm going to give you my thoughts. If you are sensitive, if you're a human being, you're gonna be able to feel this. But this is a topic that I don't hear very many people talking about. Women who are undesired, and this woman is brave enough to get behind a camera, get in front of a camera, and tell the world that she is undesired. And so shout out to her. I'm going to drop her link to this video in the description below so you can check it out, and you can even send her some love, because this was brave for her to do. And so I'm going to let it rock a little bit, and then we'll stop it and get back into it. All right, so here we go.
I like you, I want to get to know you, that kind of perspective. So let's backtrack a bit. When I was in elementary school, I did not understand the concept of romance until I was in about fourth grade. Now, second and third grade, there would be boys who would be like, I want to go with you, I want to go with you. Didn't really understand that. Didn't really care for real because I don't know. I was a kid. So I wanted to play. I wanted to, get A's and B's. I wanted to make my parents proud, right? But by fourth grade, I started to really, I don't know, my eyes started to catch some things. Like I started to see boys as cute, and I wanted to experience like having a little boyfriend. I was 9, but I wanted to experience that because at that point, a lot of my friends were going with boys. So I would see them off to the side, talking, giggling, passing each other notes, spending time together on the weekends, like, just on the porch, like, or their parents chaperoning a movie date
Mhm.
or taking them to House of Kicks if you're from Chicago, then but a lot of the things it just looked fun. But I wasn't able to experience that because at that point, boys were just always like commenting on my, I don't know, my negative features or the features that they felt were negative. So my weight, my complexion, my hair, and all that stuff. So I got a lot of backlash from boys, even the ones who claim to have desired me. Like they
All right. So let's talk about that, y'all. Now, I can speak to this in an interesting way because I'm going to confess something, y'all. I was one of them boys, one of them boys who a girl like this, me and my friends would have had a field day. I'm embarrassed to say it, but we crack jokes on each other all day long anyway. But a woman like this, she would have been everybody's buddy, but nobody wanted to date her. And it's unfortunate. I feel bad. I feel embarrassed for some of the things that I've done or said. Or a girl like this, we would have jumped on her back and just like rode her like a cow, like a horse, or you know what I mean. Like she would have. We wouldn't have necessarily been like trying to hurt her feelings and have her be, um, you know, emotionally scarred in that way. We just wasn't interested in her and was interested in the other girls. And she just would have been somebody just that was just hanging around, that nobody wanted. And I want to get into what exactly that's about and what this woman, because this is a new video, right? I want to tell you what I believe at this point. Now I'm a coach, right? I've amended my ways, and I'm going to tell you what I believe. If there's a woman who's watching this video, I'm going to give you some insight on this, and even for some guys, right? But I'm going to give some insight on what I believe this young woman should do at this point in her life. She's in her 20s, her young 20s, and I can predict what is coming, and I'm going to do that later on in the video. So let's get more into this. You guys just sit back and just rock with me on this. All right, let's go.
They would talk about me in front of everybody else, but then would secretly try to pursue me. So about maybe seventh grade, eighth grade, there would be boys who would somehow get my number. They'll be texting me, trying to sext or talk about me being pretty to them and them liking seeing me at school, calling me like all these different compliments behind the scenes. But once we got in front of our peers, I was the fat black girl again, or all the other like common insults that people would throw to um, little dark skinned girls, like the usual. So, um, because I preferred the compliments, I would start to thirst for them. I would start to thirst for affirmation, which to me felt like some kind of connection. Even if in the next moment I will receive an insult or something negative, I would still yearn for the affirmation that came along with the compliments, and the, I guess, lustful desire. Even as an 11, 12, 13 year old, one boy in particular used to make fun of me with his friends, like make songs about me and talk stuff. Oh, this happened in seventh and eighth grade. Make songs about me, talk about every part of me, but then would come up to me and try to like talk like nothing happened, or would text me late at night, and I would just be like, wow, like, you know, in the back of my head, I would wonder why was there such a difference in how he chose to interact with me based on who was there. But that wasn't enough for me to cut the connection.
All right, so let's talk about that for a minute. So the young boys are saying things about her, but wrapping them up also in a compliment, right? And so her emotions, she's so thirsty for love, for attention, that I'll take the insults if you'll give me some warm feelings. And this is how women like her end up being, girls like her end up being women like her, who have men, they call them backdoor men. Y'all know what a backdoor man is. He coming in the back door at nighttime, and he's leaving out the back door. In a short amount of time. And these women end up being like, let's call them sexual punching bags. Like just something to do when you can't get the girl that you really want. It's very sad, and I understand. It's embarrassing that it happens, but I do know why, and I do get it. It's not right, but it is that it is. So let's keep going on this video. Let's see what else she has to say.
Because now I'm no longer accessible. I would invite him back in, and then it would start all over again. Same thing with the guy from sophomore to senior year. Like, he would be all in my face when other people weren't watching. I'm telling you, like, um, touching me while he's walking past, texting me crazy things, like feeling on me in class, like all types of stuff, but would never date me. He would never date me. He started to date another girl who he claimed he didn't even think was pretty, but because his homies felt she was bad, he kept entertaining her, but would secretly be talking to me, calling me on the phone, talking to me about his family, his problems, his stress, like everything. We would go to lunch together, like it would be a lot, but not enough for him to commit to an actual relationship. Fast forward to college, wasn't really interested in anybody in college except for one guy, but it wasn't like anything. Um, yeah, and I pretty much was like, my head was in the books, all the way until like maybe 2019. 2019, 2020 was when I started to come back up for air again. And then I met even more guys who would play this game. They love to play the game of, if I was ready for a relationship, I would date you. And then the next person they would date wouldn't be me. It would be somebody else. And so you can imagine the battle, self-esteem wise. You can imagine
Can
how
imagine.
much I wrestled with my self-worth, because seeing so many of my friends and family members, peers, date, experience romance, like experience young love. Of course, I will want that. Of course, I will want that kind of connection. That's not a negative thing, no matter what age you are. However, to encounter so many guys who felt like I was worthy of just enough, but not enough for them to meet me halfway and commit fully. That was a lot. That was a lot.
Yeah.
And
This is sad. This is sad. But let me just give a little bit of context on she mentioned a couple of things, and I've never heard anybody talk about this out loud. So I'm gonna do it, y'all. I'm gonna do it. Why was it that the boys wouldn't date her out loud? But she mentioned his the boys' homies wouldn't be cool with it, right? With him dating her. Now, here's what it is. I'm gonna give y'all the insight of how the masculine thinks, young guys. I'm not telling you what I'm going to tell you is right. I'm not saying it's right. It just is. Okay, here's the game. And I don't know if she's ever going to watch this, but if I was coaching her, I'm a truth teller as a coach. So let me just give it to you straight. Um, here's what happens, because I've been one of the boys and I've been in those circles. I've been the guy. I've been in the one of the boys, one of them homies. I've been one of them, right? Here's what it is: when men and when boys are pursuing a woman, they want to be acknowledged as being on top, right? Here's what you got to understand about young boys: everything is a competition. When it comes to men, everything is a competition. We have been competing since we were in the sandbox. Who's the fastest, could run down the street? Who could build something? Who could flip over with something? Like, this is our lives. That's why boys play sports, right? And so boys are competing when it comes to women and when it comes to girls. And he wants to have a girl that other men find attractive. It's not right. Other boys find attractive. And other boys would not necessarily find her attractive because, let's just say it, aesthetically, her finest aesthetics are covered by her weight. Her finest aesthetics, right? This girl probably has beautiful eyes. She probably has beautiful lips. She probably has a nice body, right? She's probably well equipped, right? But it is covered with weight. And these young men are not going to pursue a woman who is covered in weight, because what it says to them, and this is all on an unconscious level, she doesn't care about herself. She's not pushing herself to be high up on the list of the most attractive person she can be. I hate to tell you, this is what boys think about fat girls. I'm going to say the word fat. Yes. This is what boys think about. And what I just said is on an unconscious level. They just want the cutest girl, not to mention the smallest girl. Why? Because the smaller the girl, the more feminine she appears, which makes him feel more masculine. When a woman is of a certain size, look, y'all don't come for me. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what it is. I'm not telling you it's right. When a young woman is of a certain size, men and boys feel like they are competing for the masculine because she has mass, right? It's like you're competing with another guy. But when a woman is smaller, is more petite, is you can see her collarbone, you can see the shape of her body and all of that, it is more attractive. But I got a solution for this. Y'all just hang on in here with me. We're gonna catch a little bit more of this. I got a solution for this, and it's important to hear it. Come on, y'all.
The move. I was so prideful back then too, and so I felt the way. I hated being the eyeball out. I hated being the one
Mm.
who had to just watch my friends thrive, quote unquote, in their relationships or just be pursued all of the time. Like I was always that friend whose friends were wanted and desired by guys. Um in the open. In the open. Because behind closed doors, like I said, my phone was booming. My phone was booming. I mean, blowing my phone to pieces, trying to talk to me behind the scenes. Um, and I, for some reason, just was, I was full off of that. I was just like,
Mm.
yeah, these niggas want me. Ooh, sorry. these boys want me. These guys want me. Like they can't have me to being prideful talking stuff. But in real life, I was just like, you want me, but you're not putting any work behind it. But it's not like I was making that difficult for them. Like I was super duper accessible, getting up and moving whenever these guys desired for me to be in their presence. Like whenever they would be ready to spend time with me, I was ready as well. Okay. And then I would feel rejected whenever they didn't want to be around me. Um, yeah, it was just like that was a rough and tough situation. And I think the other part that made it a little bit harder was the criticism I received by mostly family members, but some friends too. Like, if I would talk about wanting to be in a relationship, a romantic relationship, some family members would just be like, you don't need to worry about that. Like, just focus on this, focus on that. Which I felt was just ridiculous because these are women who were male centered and men who were woman centered, whether it was just for sexual relations or if it was for actual relationships, like romantic, committed relationships.
Mhm.
I would hear from them why it was so important to focus on other things, but I would see them pursue romantic connections. I would see them pursue some kind of encounters with the opposite sex.
Yeah, they had all the advice. Girl, You don't need no boys. But at the same time, they were, involved in their own relationships. And, she said something about like being in college. And listen, here's why also I want y'all to pay attention to this story, because you might actually have a child, your niece, your cousin, this girl right here might represent someone in your family who's dealing with this, right? And pay attention to the language that's going on in your family around that girl who is may have a lot excessive weight on her and struggling with her self-esteem. Here's a hint: the women who talk the loudest about I'm fat and I'm proud and all of those things, big back and all of that, they are the ones who are actually struggling the most with their self-esteem. The ones who talk the loudest are usually having the toughest time. So never be fooled by this, sometimes the girl empowerment, thing. Some of these people are rah-rah in public. They like her, what she was saying. Like they rah-rah in public. But some of these girls, some of these women go home and cry in their pillow. All right. I'm gonna fast forward this up a little bit, y'all, because there's a couple of parts in here that I want to catch before I tell you what I would tell her if she was my coaching client. So let's keep going on this.
A lot of hearts broken because they have not experienced true love. I get it. And I get how easy it is to want to settle. I get how easy it is to want to give guys who do not carry the same values you do a chance. I get it. I've been there. I find myself thinking about certain guys who I know it will not be a good idea. You know what I mean? Just because I'm always on the receiving end of people talking about their relationships, venting to me about their relationship problems, their accomplishments, milestones, like everything. I got family members who always introduce somebody new to me. And I have not talked to somebody seriously in like 3 years. You know what I mean? Um,
Let me just pause right there, because listen, that's kind of a problem. A young woman in her young 20s hasn't talked to anybody seriously in 3 years. That's a problem, y'all. And there are a lot more women like her that are struggling in this area. She's still struggling with her self-esteem and her self-worth. I can tell. She's trying to work through it, and I'll give her that. And I think there's somewhere in the video that she says that she has is saving herself for marriage. So these guys are trying to get at her at nighttime, and she's going out and be with them, but you know to what she's saying, I'll give her credit. To what she's saying it hasn't gone all the way. That's what she said. So I'll rock with what she say. But let's keep going on this. Look, we getting to it, y'all. Hold on. Let's keep going.
but it is crucial to consider what you'd be sacrificing by settling. One post I always see is, I have to be careful about the man I choose to marry because he will have to help me through significant death, like the death of a parent, the death of a grandparent, people you care about. You have to have the right person, a purpose partner who can help you manage life. Y'all got to carry purpose together. He has to be the father of your children, or he just simply has to help you navigate through everything life has to offer, and vice versa. This goes for men too. It can't just be about looks. Looks matter. Looks matter. It's okay to have a preference. I will never say don't care about looks. I would never say that, because y'all, it's some things that gotta happen after the wedding, and you want to be attracted to the person and vice versa. But you got to think about other factors too. Is she spiritually mature? Does she pray? Can she pray heaven down? Like, can she pray? Can she prophesy? Can she lay hands on you? How's her character? Can she manage money well? Like, can she have a conversation? Can she read? Like, come on, guys, come on. Like, we got to consider multiple things here. So, yeah, that's my take on someone who has never been in love. I mistook a lot of um lustful desire from other guys as like genuine interest and love, but all of that was a lie. All of it was.
All right. Let me give y'all my thought on this. This nice young lady. If I was coaching her, this is what I would tell her. This is what I would tell her. Get as fit as you can. This is what I would tell her, y'all. Look, this is what I would tell her. Stop everything outside of your work, that the thing that keeps you going to, keeps your life going. Okay? Put everything outside of work on the back burner and lock in with with your choice of a fitness coach. Get a personal trainer. Commit to a personal trainer for a year. Do everything they say to the letter. Show up to every single workout. Eat the food that's on the list and commit to it every single day. Listen, she's talking about all those things that she just named, being able to pray heaven down and all those things, finance and all those things, but you are not going to get through the door. The guys are never going to get to that with you, sweetheart, until they can see that you care about yourself. It doesn't matter. None of the other things. Your education doesn't matter. Your spirituality doesn't matter. Your financial ability doesn't matter. The thing that matters in a man's mind is that you care about you. And it shows. As it is right now, it appears to the guys that you don't care about you. Right? So I'm telling you, put everything on the back burner. Look, tell the people down at the church, I'll be here a couple of Sundays a month. But some of these Sundays I'm gonna miss. Because there's a fitness rally. I want you to put the fitness in the front seat. I'm not telling you to put God in the back seat. I'm talking about some of these social things. And put all of that stuff in the back because you have to work on you. You got to work on you. And when you get you together, all the other things are going to come together. Like there's a part in this video that she says, well, I need y'all if y'all could help me with my, I need some financial assistance with school, right? You get yourself together. There's a man who will give you some money to do whatever it is you want. Now I've seen a woman like this do that change, shave off 75 pounds and tone up. This girl would be unrecognizable. She would be beating the men back with a stick. You think they beating up your inbox now? They be beating up your inbox in the daytime and the nighttime, trying to holler. Right? Because you have created the pattern for them to follow. Right now, they don't have a pattern to follow as to how to treat you. So they treat you how they think you treat yourself. You don't put yourself first. You don't prioritize health and fitness first. And so they don't think that they should prioritize you. That's why you have been unloved. I want you to be loved, sweetheart. I don't know if you ever going to see this video right here, but I want you to be loved, but you're not going to be loved until you put yourself first. And commit to it. And watch all of this turn around. You watch. You don't have to go through this. And I'm telling you, if you don't go through this, these feelings that you have right now, you're in your young 20s. You're going to be singing this same song, but you're going to be older in your 30s. And then you're going to start letting them boys come over, because why not? And in your 40s, you're going to be hard and jaded. And, be one of these childless, jaded women who say, I'm young. I don't need no kids. When you really wanted kids. I don't need no husband. I don't need no man. When you really wanted a husband. But the minute you put yourself first, you exercise, and you don't miss a single workout. You don't miss a single meal that is planned for you. And you work on you like you on fire. Everything is going to turn around for you. All right. Yeah, I love having you guys here. I took a little time off, but I'm back. You guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. There's more coming your way. Hit my link on the down below. We got events coming up all around Atlanta. If you want to come check out some of our events, you can find them on the website. lovecoachatlanta.com is where it all goes down. All right. See you guys next time. Peace.